Okay, everybody, welcome back to the extra episode with Eddie
and Kate.
Today we have my very special guest,
Katelyn.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to have Katelyn on because I've been wanting to have Katelyn on my podcast forever.
A really long time.
Yeah. And you're gonna see that she's honestly one of my most interesting friends. A real world traveler, so...
I don't know whether to be honored or scared.
No, very honored. Very honored.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honored to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
of
excited
course,
to talk to you.
Anytime. So, I wanted to... first we should talk about... guys, who is Katelyn? Who are you?
Oh, I guess I've never really been asked that. Well, okay. I'm 22. I'm from Vacaville, California, Cowtown.
Shout out the Bay Area.
North Bay. Yes.
That's what I keep saying.
I just graduated from college, but I met Eddie in high school.
Yes.
I love to travel. I love to cook. I'm a dog mom.
Yeah, brand new, or I guess fresh again, dog mom.
Yes, I just got another puppy.
Yeah.
She's the sweetest.
Wonderful, yeah. She even warmed up to me at the very end of it. So.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so me and Katelyn, we've like she's saying, like we've known each other since high school. She was actually the president of robotics.
We are the Robo Knights, and we love what we do.
Back in high school.
Yes,
yeah.
I was co-president of the robotics team. It's so nerdy.
That's the nerdy.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very proud. It was such a prominent club in our high school. I think
it was
like 50% or more of the high school population was a part of robotics at one point. Yeah. Maybe that percentage is wrong.
What?
It's a lot of people.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Half of the school was in our robotics club?
I think so, because at one point there were like 100 different people, Okay, 25% of the school population was involved in robotics.
That's a lot.
Because there were like 100 people involved at one point.
100 people?
Mm-hmm. Not like consistently.
Yeah.
Every meeting we had about 50.
Oh my goodness.
That's more than 10.
It's crazy to think about, yeah.
Yeah, we had a really small high school.
We did.
Yeah.
We could talk about that extensively, actually.
Yes, we could. And now I sub there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so funny. I was there yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which teacher?
Miss Patelzik.
Oh,
yeah, it's for clay and sculpture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
So chill.
Okay, nice.
It was like their first day back. It was a minimum day. It was great.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really nice, actually. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tell me, Katelyn, how did you even get involved in robotics? Like, how'd you find that? Like, what drove you to join the robotics club and then become the president like that? Like, how'd you get into it? How'd you learn about robotics like that?
Well, so it started in my freshman year of high school, and I had just finished like my first volleyball season.
Yeah.
And I loved volleyball. I was really good at it, but my coach never played me. And so I was always like in an uproar and disagreement with her.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know what? I need to find another team.
Okay.
And I want to be a part of something else.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends were in robotics, and they were like, you should come check it out. And I was like, but like, it's like, I don't want to build a robot.
What the heck are you talking about?
That's not of interest to me.
Yeah.
So
You don't want to build a robot?
Like, they're cool, but that's like,
Yeah. I get it. Because also, I was also part of the robotics team, right?
Yeah, you were.
I knew jack all about like building a robot, or even like the idea of putting some circuits or anything together like that. So I'm like,
I don't think anyone knew anything about building a robot. We were just like kind of doing it, and like they were letting kids like use power tools, and it was like,
that's crazy in high school.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But I got involved in like the weirdest way. So my friend at the time, Katelyn Dutton, was like, "Hey, you should like come over to this yard sale." And that's when Sean and I like first started talking, and it was at Angie Deards' house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna like go to a yard sale and like hang out and like whatever."
What else is there to do in Vacaville?
Exactly. And so it was on this random Saturday. They were raising money for robotics, and I like fell in love with it. Like I loved everyone on the team, and I found myself like super into fundraising.
Oh.
So that's how I got into the business side of things, because I was like, damn, they need money.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, and I was like, I love raising money. Like I love sales. Like like I can talk to people. I love talking. So that's how I got into robotics. Was literally going to a yard sale.
Wait, that's awesome, actually. Wait, that's a crazy kind of like jumping off point too. Because I was literally thinking, I was like, how do you kind of get into robotics like that if I'm not sure like what anyone's background is in like robots, like literally like electronic stuff like that. So, but yours is more like the sales part and like the marketing part and like getting finances up like that. So.
And I also joined like really, well, not late. I mean, we were still freshmen.
Yeah.
But like I didn't join during like club rush. Because there was like always like, oh, this is what we do. This is like a club, whatever. And I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. 1 billion clubs in the club rush. So I get it.
So that's how I found robotics. And I do think like a lot of other people are interested in like coding or like fabrication or electrical, like very hands-on people that want to be like engineers, like all the other people that we went to high school and majoring in engineering or mathematics. And I was like, ooh, that's not me.
Oh yeah, that wasn't me either. I mean, like I was in that club. Were you always in the like finance side of it? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then that's where you like kind of stuck around there.
Yeah, and then I became business lead. Yeah. And then I was business lead and PR lead, and then I was president.
Wow, so many hats, so many hats.
Yes, I did wear a lot of hats. But it all started with me and Suki in freshman year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, Suki was a great mentor.
Literally, I was gonna say that me and that robotics club, I was kind of being, and I kind of did it on my own, but like I was kind of tossing myself around everywhere and anywhere. I really just wanted to be a part of the team, but I didn't really know how to do any of the actual stuff, because there were some people who were like really good, like techno wizards like that.
Techno wizards that also took charge.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yes, but we're like very headstrong, and if those people are listening, they know who they are.
Oh yeah, the goats.
Yes.
The goats, but yeah, so I was literally like, I'm like, I don't know anything about coding, and I just joined the coding team, and I just like messed around with them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know. Well, actually, I didn't even know anything about the little Vex robots, right?
Oh,
Yeah, and I was a part of Vex for a bit, and then apparently our team won. Like it was like my friend Garrett and Skylar, like they went to the competition. I was able to go. I honestly didn't even know what I was doing. They really built the robot, and then we won an award, and then I said that on my college application.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah.
I also talk about robotics on my college app.
Oh, but you are the president of robotics, so you can talk about it. I was like,
I guess that's true.
Picking my butt in coding. I was picking my butt in Vex. So yeah, for me it was like definitely. I was like, well, I just wanted to have something after school to do, and these guys are pretty consistent, and these guys are all nerdy, and so they're all my friends. So
yeah, and it was such a great community. Like I met
very
a lot
supportive.
of really, really great people in robotics, and a lot of them I still keep in touch with. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Yes.
I think the last thing I did for robotics actually was, I was a part of the media side, right?
Yeah, you made videos for
Yes.
us. You helped make us a chairman's video.
Yes.
That we like took to, I believe it was San Diego.
I was supposed to go on that trip.
And we did very well.
That's awesome.
We did very well. I believe we got an honorable mention.
Yes.
And
that's perfect.
It was really good. It was really good. I was part of the presentation with, I think it was Allie and Kyle.
Yes. Well, I mean, I wasn't even there, so I don't know, but I wish I could have been there to like see their reaction to that video.
Yeah, it was very good.
Do you remember what song it was using?
The Bolts. No, because we made our own song. Like we wrote a song.
It was a parody.
Yes.
It was a parody of Rockin' Robin.
Yes.
Yes.
But what was
Rockin' Robots, I think.
Rockin' Robots. And then we had like, it was so good.
Working the depot all day long, working in a fixin' and singing our song. All the little nights on Boyd Street, love to hear the robot go. Building robots. Building robots. Go little robot, 'cause we're really gonna build tonight.
It was perfect actually because literally that year the rights to Rockin' Robin just expired and was public domain. So then we decided to use that for...
Oh man.
Oh.
Welcome, Willow.
Hello. Hello, Willow. How is it going? Yep, this is the new dog.
This is Willow. She just got spayed, so she has a double cone on her head.
Oh yeah. She looks like she's having a good time though. What was I just talking about?
Robots, the Rockin' Robin parody.
Yes. So literally the rights to Rockin' Robin like literally just became public domain, and then so we changed that into a music video for you guys. So
yeah, it was really good. It was like the film, the editing, the parody. Yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah. Expect nothing less from the president and founder of Video Club.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. But so yeah, me and Katelyn, we were acquaintances.
Yes, we did not become friends until like senior year of high school, actually.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true. It's true. And even then in senior high school, we didn't become like best friends until like actually after high school too.
Yeah, like first, I would say second year of college, right?
Yes.
Like when you moved into the green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then we I remember me and Katelyn, even during our freshman year, which was over COVID, right? It was kind of funny because I really didn't have any clue about what I was doing still, even though I was like technically in college. And then I remember talking to Katelyn, I was like, hey, isn't it time to like sign up for new classes soon or something? Like, should I be paying attention to that? She's like, hey, that was 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh my god, you're joking. And then she's like, no, I'm not. And I like looked it up and I was like, okay, actually my date is tomorrow in the morning. So if I didn't ask that question to you at that time, I would have been super cooked.
Yes. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thank you
yeah,
for...
of course. But yeah, I remember like studying together a bit in like freshman year. But honestly, I would not have gone to UC Davis if it weren't for Eddie. So I owe a lot to Eddie.
Oh.
Yes. I owe a lot of my accomplishments to Eddie. So.
No.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, a lot of that was...
I would have just gone to Solano.
And then you would have transferred somewhere else. Yeah. Maybe Davis. But, yeah, no, Katelyn asked me, I think. She's like, I got waitlisted. Should I apply again? And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, why not? I'm like, Katelyn, yeah, I mean, more Buckingham representation in UC would be awesome. So, but then literally after that, Katelyn was like, I felt so close to Katelyn after that because then we went to the same college, and I literally going to college after COVID. Oh,
yeah,
sucked.
it was not. Yeah, we got maybe 2 years of college, like real college.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we had a lot of fun in those last 2 years. But
we did. Yes.
Those
way
first 2
too
years,
much fun. Honestly, it was really great.
Perfect.
Super fun. Yeah.
Perfect. Actually, yeah, Katelyn had a lot of fun. Cause
so did Eddie.
Katelyn is kind of like a world traveler, actually. So, Yeah, Katelyn, so how many countries have you been to? And how many of them have you visited more than once?
Okay, so I've been to America, and I've been
all around.
Yes,
not just one spot.
I think I've been to, the last time I counted, I think it was 24 states in the U.S.
You've been to 24?
I believe so.
Holy cow.
I would have to recount, but
Wow.
somewhere in the early 20s.
Almost half. Almost half.
I've been to Canada multiple times. I've been to Ireland twice.
Wow.
I've been to India only once, unfortunately.
Oh, only once. Oh.
And I've been to New Zealand. And I landed in Singapore, and it was the most beautiful airport ever. I highly recommend. But
I've heard so much about the Singapore airport, actually.
So it was really cool. They have a huge Uniqlo that I took pictures of.
Did you? You
did.
Oh, you shopped around, or didn't know?
I didn't shop, but I went to Uniqlo. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a huge Uniqlo fan. Actually, I'm not wearing anything Uniqlo right now. That's weird.
How could you? Not even the underwear?
No, I know. Not even the underwear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, it's crazy because I've had this conversation on the podcast a lot where I talk about the Uniqlo underwear. Yeah. There's only one right answer, for underwear, and it's Uniqlo. So, specifically the Arizona briefs. If you know, you know.
Sponsor him or whatever.
Yeah, please. Please do. I'll take it. But yeah, so Katelyn's been all over, which is awesome.
I hope my next trip will either be to Thailand or Portugal. Those are like on my bucket list.
Not Egypt?
Yes. Well, I mean, Egypt would also be amazing.
Yes.
My really close friend is Egyptian, and she hasn't invited me back to her home, so we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely be going to Egypt within the next few years for sure.
Oh gosh, so awesome. Yep. So that's pretty lucky.
I'm very blessed. I am so grateful that I get to travel. But
I'm happy for you.
It is one of my favorite things, like going to a different country and like meeting all these people and trying all these new foods. And I really got to experience that in India because I had a great friend, or have a great friend.
Oh, okay.
I have a great friend that lives in India, and I got to meet her whole family and just like really be immersed into that culture.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Versus like just traveling.
Oh yeah.
And like, living out of a hotel in a suitcase.
It's like you got the authentic
cultural
experience.
And I could not recommend it enough to everyone in the world to do that at least once.
Okay.
Or live abroad. But I mean, 3 weeks in India was awesome.
Sounds really nice.
Yeah.
I remember Katelyn telling me, Katelyn got a new roommate, and then Katelyn's new roommate happened to be an international student from India, and I was like,
so are you gonna go to India?
I was like, so you're gonna go to India?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's confirmed.
And I was like, well, I mean, hopefully she's cool. Like, hopefully she doesn't suck. And yeah, I'd love to go to India.
And then she was cool.
And it turns out she was like one of the coolest people I've ever met. Yeah.
She is really cool.
Yeah.
Shout out
Ashna.
Shout out if you're watching. But yeah, so Katelyn went on this India trip, and forever I was telling her, I was like, yeah, we'll talk about it on the podcast. One of these days, I'll have it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that was a year,
I
2 years
went
ago.
to India in 2023.
Oh!
And now we're in 2025.
Oh! Perfect. Well, no better time like the present.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I got on here.
No.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to ask you, so out of all the countries you've been to, which one do you like the most, and for why, I guess?
That's a great question.
I know, it's kind of like
they're all so extremely different.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not like, oh, I've been to France, I've been to England, I've been to America. Like, you can compare those, but like comparing New Zealand to India,
right? Yeah.
is pretty extreme.
It's like apples and oranges, but maybe you have like a specific reason you like this one spot, or there's something you did that you know that you won't be able to get anywhere else or something.
I think visiting the tea farms in India
Ooh.
was so cool. And it's not like we went on a tour, it was just
Yeah.
like we were driving on like the scariest shit your pants road ever. And
Like what does that mean? Like you're gonna fall off? Like kind
sure.
of. Oh,
yeah.
What?
Like you're gonna fall off. It's a 1-lane road. There's these huge like.
Are you on a cliff?
Trucks. Yes.
Oh.
And
Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't know this.
It's a very scary road, and you're just like driving down it, but you're like, oh, it's not scary because it's so gorgeous. Like the tea farms are so pretty. Like it's so green. It was raining and kind of foggy, and it just kind of felt like you were in like this movie scene.
Oh, okay. You felt like a main character at that moment too.
I did, yes.
Oh,
I was like,
imagine.
I am so happy and so lucky to be here. Yeah. That was in southern India. In northern India, I think the culture is just so pronounced, like especially in Mumbai, or there's so many people.
Yes.
I've never been around so many people, especially from all walks of life.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
It was.
Or maybe I can't imagine.
Yeah, you've never been around so many people. Actually, it's very intense.
Wait, is it really like you feel like that kind of like claustrophobic, where it's like so many people you can't really like move like that?
Walking around in the city, like city center.
Oh,
yes,
really?
Very much. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I've been to Comic-Con and that's pretty dense, but maybe India's just a little different than Comic-Con.
And I've like been to a concert, but like okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. So that's just like normal everyday.
Like walking around, I think people would say like, oh, the hustle and bustle of New York, New York City.
But it's like way.
And it's throughout the whole city. Like I think that would be the best comparison in America.
Yeah.
Is like walking the streets of like in central, what's it called, Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I haven't been there yet.
Oh no, you. Yeah, I know. Very soon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say Central Square. I was like, wait, no, Central Park.
I mean.
Times Square.
Yeah. I was gonna say. My India knowledge was like, and it's still pretty weak, but it was extremely like small. When I remember when I first came to Davis, like in my second year, right? I did the orientation, like the in-person orientation that they redid for us, and
yeah.
the person who I was like meeting in my orientation group, he was from India, and so I was like talking with him, and I was like, oh my god, I regret it so much, but I was like, wow, your English is really good. I'm like, what? So how long have you been like speaking English for?
And he was like, my whole life.
And then he was like, and I was like, oh really? And I was like, I didn't know they spoke English over there like that. And they're like, that's like one of our
like what you learned.
Yeah, that's like the language you learned. And I was like, oh, okay, well now I know. And it was just so embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Like, how little do I know about the world like that?
I mean, it's okay. Like, that's how you learn, is you talk to people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe don't assume next time.
No, you're right.
I mean, there's plenty of, like, Indian people, everywhere in the world that don't speak English. But I would say that there's more that do.
Yes, yeah.
Than not. Especially if they are in America going to college, they 100% know English.
Oh no, I knew English. I didn't know I was like, what's your first language or something? Oh gosh, it's so bad.
I mean, I don't know if it was his native language or not. But
yeah. I think I probably said something even worse. Though I was like, oh wow.
But it's like we grew up in Vacaville. Like probably 50% of the population in Vacaville speaks both English and Spanish. Yeah. But when you approach like a Hispanic person, and they're speaking English to you, and it's so good, you're like, oh, wait, why is your English so good?
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. I was just like, I'm so
like, wait, you speak 2 languages? Holy shit!
Wow, you must have
gosh.
like been born there too.
You're Einstein.
Yeah. So where are your parents from? Like that's crazy. Literally, I'm so grateful for the chance I've gone to university, like Davis, like that,
Me too.
to have met so many different people from different like cultures. Because I know if I stayed in Vacaville, or like if I never had the chance to go to college or something like that, I would never like known or met people like that. So
exactly, yeah, I appreciated how diverse it was, even if it was not
yeah,
so much.
yeah.
But I definitely got to experience a lot of Asian culture.
Yes.
Yeah, like
it was.
well, I mean, going to India, which
Yeah.
is
Oh,
in
literally,
Asia,
yeah.
a lot of people don't like
Oh,
recognize.
no, I knew
it's
that part.
in
Yeah.
Asia.
I knew it was in Asia. I knew
But
that.
a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, you went to India," and like they're not Asian, and I'm like, "Huh?" That was a big like debate in human development in one of my classes.
Really?
Yeah, because when you think of Asia, people are like, "Oh, Japan,"
Sure.
"Oh, Korea,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, did we forget about like the other countries? Like, yeah. So, anyways,
What kind of debate is that?
it's like the bias debate.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, are people arguing that India isn't Asia?
People forget about it.
Oh, I
Because,
mean,
like,
yeah.
When you
People
think
forget
about
it.
Asia, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, like you have to have fair, like white skin. And not,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what is your favorite country then? Out of the countries
You're
you've
like,
been
you
to.
still haven't answered that question.
Yeah. I just remembered we forgot to answer that one, and like for what reason?
Okay, I think the last time I went to Ireland, I had the time of my life, and I just think the people there are so wonderful. And I had a guy, like this random guy. I was walking the streets of Galway, and
Galway.
I was like,
Sounds like Gotham.
I was trying to find the post office, and I was like walking in circles, and I was like, I don't know where this post office is. And the
Yes.
guy like saw me like pass by twice, and he was like a street vendor.
Oh.
And he was like, man, like, do you need help? And I was like, I can't find the post office. And he's like, oh, no worries, I'll walk you to it. And so I just thought that like random act of kindness was so awesome.
Wow.
But all the service is so amazing. Like, they really want to show off their country. And I thought it was awesome.
Do they accept tip over there, or is it like they don't want tip like that?
Like when you go out to eat.
Yeah.
It's lumped in,
Oh,
like to the bill. Like, it's kind of assumed, like, so that's why I think the prices are maybe a little higher.
Okay. So it's
but-
like you can't not tip. It's like
You just don't tip because it's already assumed
Oh.
that they have been tipped. Like, they're taken care of.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Same in India. Like, you don't tip.
What if you offered them tip? Like, what happens? I guess.
They would be like, oh, these stupid Americans, oh, they give me more money. Like,
Okay. No, never mind. That was a dumb question. Okay.
I don't know if they would, like, perceive it as rude, but I don't. Yeah, you don't tip.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Our tipping culture has also gotten out of control. But
I
yeah,
could do a
I
whole
don't really
podcast
know
on
what
that.
these like 25% and 30% things
30%.
are.
It's 30%
Yeah,
now.
it's insane.
And it's disgusting.
I remember growing up, like, my grandma would pull out the tip card of her wallet and it would be like 10, 15, and 20. And 20 was like, it had to be absolutely amazing. And now I go and get a coffee and I'm like,
it's like automatically 20 or 25
like,
or 30.
wait,
and it's like,
the $5 coffee is now like $10. And it's just
yeah. Well, it's not $5 coffie anymore. Now it's
know.
like $7 or $8 coffee.
is true.
And the tip is $2. That's why it's $10
Right,
coffee.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just inflation. Oh boy.
I don't know what they're putting in that coffee these days.
No, nothing special.
No, exactly.
If anything, it's even worse than it used to be. So yeah, that's the awesome part.
I've actually started kind of drinking coffee.
What? Wait, why? Wait, we're not even at Davis anymore.
I know, I have no good reason now.
Oh, you just
But I
because
like-
you work.
I-
So it's like
I work.
you've always worked.
Yes. But now, like, I have a boss that buys me coffee.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So she, like, goes to Starbucks and she's like, so what do you want? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so spoiled.
Wait, that is spoiled. What the heck?
And so, like, every Saturday I go
What?
to work, or I should say most Saturdays I go to work, and she's like, she texts me on Friday night, so what do you want from Starbucks? Like, do you want anything? And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so nice. Like,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
And so then I'll tell her, and then I get coffee, because I'm like, yeah, why not? So I've started drinking it, and anyways, I get cracked out of my mind. But that's how I get
cracked out of your mind.
That's how I get through Costco on Saturdays.
Okay.
It's very helpful.
Wait, how is your? What kind of coffee do you get now? Like, what's your favorite flavor? Now that you're exploring all these coffee flavors.
I've just been getting like the nitro cold brews, which I really like.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good.
Nitro cold brews. But it's kind of dark. You don't like the sugary.
So I get. Well, she goes to Starbucks, which I know.
Oh, I don't care.
Anyways,
gas.
so you like the cold foams. So it's just black coffee, and then they put like the foam on top.
Yes.
And then you can like just get the foam or like sweetener or whatever.
Yeah.
But when she like started asking me my coffee order, it was like during September. So I was like, ooh, pumpkin. Yes,
PSL. No, actually, I love PSL.
It was so good, but it's like, you know, because if you get the pumpkin spice latte, it'll be like 500 calories.
Oh,
whereas like
it's so worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
But the cold brew is like 150. So with the foam.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like insane.
Okay.
But yeah, I just recently tried the chocolate peppermint cold foam.
Oh, you're like going down the menu, huh?
So good.
Oh, you're like every time I go into work,
so
you're like,
good.
I might as well just check the menu, see what I want this week.
Yeah, I'm like scrolling the app. I'm like, ooh, yeah, let me try that.
Wow, that's awesome. That does sound nice though.
Yeah.
So then you have a favorite flavor now, or you have a go-to
I think
order?
the chocolate peppermint is really good. And then I got like the peppermint mocha. I'm really just exploring all my options.
Yes, you should.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I've never gotten, or at least gone to a coffee shop so consistently where I could like kind of know exactly like what I like.
Yeah.
I go and I get the same thing that everyone else usually gets. And they're usually pretty solid. So like whenever it is fall, I go to and get a PSL when I can.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You live in Vacaville.
So such a boring little life, I guess. Yeah, the PSL and my favorite color is blue, which is perfect.
You should try the nitro cold brew though. It's
Okay.
really good.
I will. What about matcha? Like, how do you feel about matcha? Oh.
I've never tried it.
Are you serious? You've never tried matcha ever? That's ridiculous. That's also ridiculous.
It's actually a crime, and I don't know how I made it out of Davis.
Especially
I don't know.
like also our first like half of Davis is Asian, and also like our whole friend group was Asian except Katelyn.
Yes.
And so I'm actually like floored. I didn't know this.
I've never tried like a matcha drink. Like, you know the mochi? Like the matcha mochi? Like
sure,
that,
yeah.
Okay, so I've had like the matcha flavor.
Yeah.
But I've never like
You didn't like the matcha flavor then,
matcha.
huh?
I don't like mochi.
Oh god, I'm kidding. Yeah, you wouldn't like it. Duh. Oh wow, I'm actually shocked. I didn't know.
I think they have a matcha cold foam though, so maybe I'll get that on Saturday.
They should.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
they
sure.
have one.
But Starbucks has like I heard really well.
It's probably bad.
It's mid matcha, like very mid matcha. Like no one's raving about it. No one thinks it's very special. But yeah, I think it's a good baseline to kind of figure out like what's good matcha after that.
Mm-hmm. So where do you go for matcha?
Well, actually, I was gonna talk about that spot in San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just went on a San Jose trip for food, and I was telling Katelyn about this spot that we waited in. We got there. My friend hyped it up. We got there, and there was a huge line, like 10 stores down kind of line. And then I was like, oh my god, dude, what? Are we really waiting for this? And then my friends were like, this is a good sign. And I was like, no, this is not, no. So we waited 40 minutes and got the drink.
That's like waiting in line at Disneyland and there being no ride. You just get a drink.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think that was the best matcha I've ever had. But also, I'm not a huge matcha head. Like, I'm not a huge matcha freak. My friends are huge matcha freaks. And they said it was like love at first sight and everything. And I was saying, I think the reason why Asian... Oh, this is ridiculous, but... the reason why Asian people like matcha so much, Asian people have this one compliment where they like to say things so like.
It's not too sweet.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's sweet but not too sweet.
Yeah. It's
So
perfect. It's not too sweet.
yeah, and so matcha is exactly like that, where it's like matcha is sweet but it's not too sweet.
Ashna loved matcha. Like we would go to Davis Creamery and she would get the matcha ice cream, and I've never tried.
That's ridiculous.
No, I need to sit down and I need to have a matcha.
I'm actually shocked.
I know.
I didn't know. If I knew that you didn't have matcha ever.
You would have fixed it a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess next time you're on the podcast, let us know what you think.
I will.
Okay. But yeah, so
Apparently I have to drive to San Jose.
No. You should get because my other friend, he's also white, but that's not an excuse. He was also talking about like how he didn't have matcha too. And then so he was saying that I had like he's like, should I go to San Jose and like try that matcha? And then I was like, no, you kind of have to know or have an idea of what matcha tastes like mid matcha, so then you can like truly appreciate this one, I guess.
In my head, matcha's like kind of grainy. Is that true?
Yeah, but also it's like
does it taste green? Like, does it taste like grass?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
But also you said grainy, like the texture is grainy.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Because if you don't like.
But it's usually stirred, so it depends on like
Okay.
what kind of drink. Because the Starbucks, the one that they have, it's definitely stirred. Like it's stirred super.
Okay.
So you're not gonna taste like any sandy like flakes at all or something. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But. Yeah. So. How was your day?
My day was good.
Yeah.
I actually didn't end up working today, so I just cooked the whole day.
Oh,
It was
okay.
really nice.
Sounds pretty relaxing actually
Yeah,
too.
I got called in, but I didn't want to go because it was middle school PE outside in the 40-mile-an-hour wind.
I mean,
Or-
at that point, you just put on a movie, right?
I don't have the liberty to do that.
Are they gonna make you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, they leave plans and they leave. Yeah, no, it's not like how it used to be.
No, but I mean that's ridiculous because like.
It is ridiculous. And
what are they gonna do?
It's also middle school PE, so they already hate you.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And then the other option was special ed at Wilson Wood.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't go.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm chill.
Yeah, so I stayed home and cleaned my room. It was pretty chill.
It sounds like pretty chill.
Cooked. I made this Calabrian chili pasta sauce.
Whoa.
It's very good.
Oh my gosh, that sounds. I don't know what Calabrian is, but it sounds tasty.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's really good, yeah. And then I made fresh squeezed orange juice, and then like this really good egg scramble with mushrooms, green onions, asparagus, and feta cheese.
Oh my goodness.
And then really good roasted lemon potatoes for breakfast.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that sounds awesome.
Guys, I'm a chef.
Yeah, Katelyn is a chef. She's been chefing up forever. So
This is true.
I guess now that we're in the new year, is there anything you really want to cook or any other like big goals you have for this year?
So in my process of being off today and doom scrolling,
Oh, me too.
I
was me.
came across a new page, and I'm blanking on the user, but she is a chef. And she's written a cookbook, so I actually ordered her cookbook today.
Oh, right. You just saw
Yeah.
her today, and you're like, I'm gonna order your cookbook.
No, I was like, she's so good. I really liked her like whole chapter on vegetarian dishes.
Oh. Okay.
That where she was like, literally everyone will love them, so you should cook these.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
she focuses on unrefined sugars, so like maple syrup instead of like white sugar or something. So it's healthier, more
Does
natural.
sound pretty yummy though.
So, yeah, I'm excited to try her book. It'll be here tomorrow thanks to Amazon Prime.
Wow, that's really fast. You just ordered it today.
They were like, if you spend $25, you could have it here by 3 p.m. And I was like,
And you're like, I don't need to cook anything right now.
Yeah, it's fine. I already, yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I'm excited to try the portobello mushroom enchiladas.
Ooh.
Those sound so good.
That does sound really good.
So I would say that's what I'm excited to cook in 2025. I also have plans to start my own cookbook. So stay tuned, guys.
Here's the link to buy it right now. Wait, really?
I do.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So I have always loved to cook, like since the dawn of time.
Wow.
My mom has a picture of me in a diaper, like with a chef's hat on.
Wow.
And I was like cooking.
It was meant to be
doing
then.
dishes. Yeah. And I always cooked with my sister a lot. We baked a lot, and with my dad, he taught me how to cook, and my grandma even, and my mom cooks so we can eat type thing.
Yeah.
But I just really, really loved it, and baking more so. And when I was in Arkansas for visiting my sister this Christmas, I made cinnamon rolls, and
Yum.
I had never seen my nieces like devour a meal so quickly. And I was like, I want to do this. Like, I want to make like fun recipes that kids like that everybody likes, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, yeah.
What's it gonna be called? The Katelyn Kilhorn Cookbook?
I'm not sure. If I ever opened a bakery, I think I would name it Gingy's and like
Ooh.
and have like
gingerbread.
I have like a business plan like mildly going, but make like my family recipe of ginger cookies and then have her
Family
face
recipe?
be like the favorite.
Boy, that's fire.
Yeah.
Boy, that's actually so sick. Okay, wow. 2025, wow, that's so exciting.
I mean, we'll see how far I get. I have about 3 recipes that are like all my own so far.
Okay.
And I need a lot more to have a book.
Yeah,
But,
that makes sense. But
yeah.
I mean, like, I can imagine it would probably take like over time. You have to like kind of start it right now because it's like you can build it over time. So it's like it's not gonna all happen in one day or like.
It's not, unfortunately.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But no.
It sounds like you're always cooking too, so it's like
I am always cooking.
you just put down the recipe like what you did, and it's like.
But what's hard is that I love to cook and I love to bake, so I don't know whether to combine like books or like just focus on baking or just, like I don't know. But I have a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely something I want to get done eventually.
On the next podcast, we'll debut your book.
It's the next podcast in like 2028.
Shouldn't be. You're gonna have to go really fast, Katelyn. Wow, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
You know, for one of my New Year's goals, actually, I want to do a new hike every month. So I want to do 12 hikes this year.
Okay.
And then they're all different. So if I do the same one, it'll be just recreational, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to go on 12 different hikes. Hopefully around the Bay Area. Going to some really nice waterfall hikes I'm looking forward to. So I went to Rockville and did the hike at Rockville for the first time, actually.
Oh, it's a really nice hike.
Yeah, I did. I had no idea. There's a cave there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I saw the cave and I was like, "Wait, this is awesome. Wait,
Yeah.
this is really nice." So
It is. Yeah, Rockville's really nice. There's a bunch of different like trails too, and well, like you can go longer or shorter. Like there's a lot to explore in Rockville.
yes,
And I'm sure you've done the Pina Adobe
yes.
Towers 1,000 times.
Oh yeah. Vacaville's finest.
I really want to do Mount Tam.
Where's that?
It's in San Francisco, and I think you need permits for it.
Dude, what? Are you serious?
But it
A
looks
permit
so
for a hike?
pretty.
Is it really that?
I've always wanted to do it.
Okay.
So maybe that's I haven't really made like resolutions.
Oh.
I've had so much going on in the past week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're
all the
busy like
things.
that, don't worry. Like.
But I would love to like sit down and like make a resolution. I want to get my butt to Mount Tam before I leave for a new state or city for school. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Super exciting, actually. Wow.
So where else do you want to hike? Are you gonna like hike in different states? I'm sure you're gonna hike in Japan.
Oh,
right?
Shoot. I'll figure that out. Yeah.
Okay.
For now, it's been pretty chill. So I did the hike of January, and then, I think like the little hiking group I'm trying to develop. We're gonna talk more about it after this, but
Okay.
hopefully I can do one pretty frequently. But yeah.
It's awesome.
I think the last thing I wanted to talk about is actually our camping trip.
Okay, let's talk about our camping trip. So I took Eddie camping for
it was really nice.
Essentially the first time.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, that was my first time without, like, any, like, real, like, adults like that.
Yes.
And I remember it was funny because I was like spitting out this, like, napkin math idea. I was like, Katelyn, I, like, kind of want to go on a hike. And then she's like, if you want to go on a hike, we have to go, like, next week. And I was like, what? And she's like, it's October, Eddie. It's going to be winter. And I was like, oh, shoot, you're right.
Go camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, not on a hike.
Oh, did I say hike? I've been camping. I've been camping. Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets so cold. And we did nearly freeze.
Yes.
We did nearly freeze the last night that we were there
cold.
because it got way too cold. But thankfully it didn't rain and it didn't snow. But it was definitely cold enough that if there were rain, it would have snowed.
Yes.
So we went to Truckee.
Yes.
And then we had so much stuff in my car. We were way overprepared.
Yeah. Well, I think it's better to be way overprepared, especially because like I don't even have a baseline, right? I'm like, well, I don't know what to bring for camping. I don't go camping like that. So I'm like, I think it's good if we have all this food, and I just had all these ideas about the food. We ate not too much of it.
I remember making quesadillas the first night, and then I made breakfast.
Yes.
And it was hard to keep everything warm because it was so cold outside.
There's so much wind. So much wind.
But we had a fire. We went to Safeway, we bought wood, and we made a fire, and it was great.
Do you remember, like, for some reason our wood wouldn't catch fire?
Yes.
So
then...
I felt bad because at some point on the trip I was like pretty inebriated.
This is true.
And I was just like sitting there. I like knew my legs wouldn't move. And then Katelyn had to keep like grabbing these pine needles off the floor and like throwing them into the fire. And the thing is, like, the pine needles, they were great for the fire.
Yes.
But they would last like maybe 30 seconds.
Yes.
But Katelyn has to throw in a new pile. And I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, but I feel so warm. So.
No, I definitely. Wow. Yes. I definitely cleaned the forest floors that night of pine needles. Like, there were none around our campsite for like until I'm sure this year.
Yeah.
But then do you remember pouring Fireball on the fire?
No. Wait. What? Why did we do that?
Because I was like, wait, Eddie, like alcohol makes it, and then it did.
We did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Sounds really stupid.
Pine needles and alcohol really just.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. But then it stayed.
Oh, perfect.
Burning. Yeah. It was great.
I guess it's a good thing that we put pine needles there then. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you remember pooping?
That was the first night, right?
Oh, maybe it was.
I think it was the first night. So, I don't know. We went to bed like kind of early, like probably like 11 maybe. Like it was so cold.
Yes.
And then I just remember like setting up the tent. We didn't know how to put it up, and then we didn't put it up right. But I was like, at least it's standing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we go to bed, and at like 2 a.m. I hear like Eddie like wrestling around, and I'm like, oh,
no.
I hope everything's fine. And then he like goes out of the tent, and I'm like, oh, he's probably maybe a little having a hard time being inebriated. Like maybe he just has to go walk around for a minute. But then
it's like pitch black. That's so scary.
I don't know. It's like, well, he didn't wake me up, so I hope he's fine. And then like he was gone.
No.
For a while.
No, I was. No, yes, what are you
talking about? For a long time. No, you were gone for so long.
It couldn't have been.
And anyways, so I'm like, okay, well, I hope he comes back. Like, there's no bears out here. Like, he'll be fine. And so he comes back, and then the next morning, I'm like, morning, I'm gonna go make food. And he's like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. That sounds good. And then he's like, actually, like, I wouldn't walk over there. Yes.
Oh my god.
And I was like, and you were like, yeah,
No!
Yes, you did, because you didn't know where the bathroom was. I remember we were so drunk.
Yes.
On that Friday, like, walking to the bathroom, when I tell you we were tripping over trees, like, and all these things, and then we wake up the next morning, and it was literally, like, from here to, like, maybe a couple feet. It was very close. And we made it seem like it was miles away.
Yeah, so my recollection was earlier in the night, Katelyn needed to use the bathroom.
Yes.
And then so, but at that point we were both pretty inebriated.
Yes.
And like there was like a faint light in the distance. And I was like, oh my god, do we have to go all the way over there? And then so like we're like tripping over bushes while being super inebriated. I think I was cross too, and I was like,
You were.
I was like tripping over. I'm like, this is hell, dude. It felt like a year it took to get to that bathroom.
No, it took forever.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next morning, I just remember being like, oh my god, there's a path, and it's so close. Like, we were so close to the bathroom.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculously close.
And then so, but yeah,
but at
so
2 a.m. you were like, oh my god, this bathroom's miles away.
Yeah, literally, exactly,
like,
yeah.
I have to go shit under a tree.
I was like, I'm not doing that path again. I'm not
No.
traveling a year to go poop.
To go poop, yeah.
And
there was a path. We didn't have to trip over bushes.
It was bad because like at 2 a.m., right? My eyes just shot open. I was like, I have to shit.
No, that happens.
I have to shit.
That happens when, first of all, you have a cheese quesadilla.
Oh, that's why.
Right?
And also alcohol. And also,
alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So-
the whiskey shits are really different. They're different.
Yes, and it was whiskey.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yes. And then so I remember like I was like, okay, well I'm not gonna walk a year over it or something. I'm gonna walk like half a year.
Naturally.
Yes.
Yes.
I walked half a year over to a tree. I was
Which
like, this
was
is
so close to our tent.
this is a good distance away. And then I just like pulled on my pants and then shat on the tree, and then like found some leaves.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You
Right.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and then that was the toilet paper. And I was like, okay, this is.
We had toilet paper.
I walked half a year away. I don't know. So I'm like taking that leaf and I'm like. And then just pulling up my pants, and then I just crashed back down into the tent.
Right.
And then yeah, you're right. You were cooking, and then I was like, oh
Don't.
I walked like half a year away, and then you're like, oh okay. You mean like right there, where all those flies are, where that pile of shit is? And I'm like, oh, I guess it wasn't as far as I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you're right. Like we just looked over at where the bathroom was, and it really wasn't that far.
So close.
And yeah, there was a path.
Idiotic. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the yellow brick road.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna call it the
clearly
brown
lit.
brick road now.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So
That was your path to the tree.
the brown brick road, just right there. Day 2. I pooped outside last night at 3 in the morning. I got the shits, my eyes shot open, and then I was like, I need to take a shit. But then last night we tried going to that bathroom, and it felt like it took 3 years to get to the bathroom. So then I ended up just finding a tree, squatting down, checked, and I pooped. I pooped right there. It was a poop. And yeah, but the rest of the trip was really good.
Yeah, we went to Tahoe.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we ever went to Tahoe, which I thought
was-
was like really interesting.
Oh really?
Yeah. You've lived in California for so long, you haven't been to Tahoe.
And you've never had matcha.
Yeah. Okay, fair assessment.
But yeah, no, I haven't been to Tahoe like that, so
at
least in the city.
Both uncultured. I guess we're both basic and both uncultured.
Both just sheltered Vacaville kids. So
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so pretty. It was
Yes.
such a fun trip, and then we like saw a wedding.
Yeah, we did.
We like happened to we like went into
walked
that
around
hotel.
the beach. That was a super nice beach too.
Yeah,
So.
and then we saw a whole wedding.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that has been the extra episode with Eddie. Thank you so much, Katelyn, for coming on to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing some sillier stories, I guess.
My whole life, yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Anytime. And next time you come on, you have to talk about your cookbook and how much matcha tastes and like
yes, I
all
will
these
definitely
new things,
give you
all these new
updates.
countries you've been to.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And by then, you will have been to another country as well.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes.
Alrighty. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.